What's going on, guys? It's Jerome. I'm back at it again with another episode of NBA Kicks, the show where we count down the top 10 best sneakers in the NBA every single week of the season. I am officially back from vacation. That's why we have a slight delay from the last episode, but I am back and I got a great list for you guys. We're gonna start things off with what I think is one of the most surprising silhouettes of the season. Like, I really just was totally blindsided by this sneaker. And we got All-Star Weekend coming up, guys, so make sure you're locked in for that, because as you guys know, All-Star Weekend has really become the center of the sneaker world throughout the entire year. But before we can get there, we got to get through these 10 kicks. So grab a snack, sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's episode of NBA Kicks. Starting off the list at number 10 is Patty Mills with the Under Armour Future X Elite. All right, so here's that surprising pair of kicks. Now, not only was I completely shocked when I saw these, but what got me most excited about them was to hear what you guys think about these. So officially, these are called the UA Future X Elite, and it's a new silhouette from Under Armour, which features the iconic Curry Flow outsole, as well as an IntelliKnit upper, which is the first time I've heard of that technology. However, it looks pretty comfortable, as most knitted uppers are, but I also kind of dig its overall visual design. My one concern with this model, just by looking at them from afar, is definitely the stability. It looks like you kind of sit high in these, and with a knitted upper, usually that's not a great mix as it becomes too unstable. But Under Armour did add a 3D molded heel counter, as well as a built-in P-back shank for extra stability. Now, I say this is a surprising sneaker because Under Armour has really pulled back at releasing non-Curry basketball silhouettes, which is totally fine. I mean, the Curry line is fantastic, people love them, and they perform extremely well, but variety is something that is lacking in Under Armour's basketball lineup. So it is cool to see them dip their toes again with this visually striking silhouette that I actually think looks pretty appealing. But that's just me. I'm really interested to hear what you guys think about them. I mean, if we're being honest, the performance has got to be there, right? Flow outsole tech has been proven, people love it, but the visuals of them is going to be subjective. So let me know what you guys think about these, and don't be one of those people that's like, it's Under Armour, it's automatically trash. Be honest, what do you think of this silhouette? Next up at number 9 is John Collins with the Azo Rose 1.5. It's officially Black History Month, and John Collins takes things into his own hands with this custom BHM colorway. Done by customizer Lucia Footwear, this custom uses a red, yellow, and green color scheme, which we always love to see, alongside some unique musical graphics that honor some of the great Black musicians in history, such as Louis Armstrong. Overall, this is a very well done custom with precise graphics and a splashy design on the upper, which help these stand out and also commemorates Black History Month, which is something the NBA has always celebrated extremely well. Also, as an island boy myself, the red, yellow, and green, I mean, come on, you know I love it. Next up at number 8 is CJ McCollum with the Li Ning CJ3. CJ and Li Ning check in with a new colorway of his third signature silhouette. In the past, we've seen a couple Pelicans-inspired colorways of the CJ3, which I've always been a fan of, just like I am with these new navy joints that use the navy red and gold color scheme to perfection. I think the CJ3 is a great looking silhouette no matter the colorway, since it has a unique heel cup design that I absolutely love, and the logo on the upper is elegant as well. So overall, solid shoe, solid colorway. That's good enough to land the number 8 spot on this week's list. Coming in at number 7 is Kyrie Irving with the Anta Kai 1. All right, I think this is it, guys. Kyrie Irving's first signature model with Anta might have taken its final form here. So in the past, we have flirted with what may or may not have been the Kyrie 1 from Anta. But now, not only do we have our best look yet at his debut signature model with the brand, but we also have some semi-official details about them. Apparently, these are called the Kai ones, not the Kyrie ones, and this colorway has been called Artists on the Court, which are inspired by Kyrie's elegant and flexible style, consistent with his technical characteristics and personal style. Again, these are all semi-official details, so anything I just said could be subject to change. However, these really are the first bits of information that we have gotten from this partnership. And while everything I'm saying right now is technically considered speculation, visually, I really like what Anta did with this silhouette, especially the addition of the midfoot strap. Hopefully these are the final version of the Kai ones as fans eagerly await Kyrie's first Anta sneaker to release. And if these are indeed the finished product, I'd be happy with that. Next up at number 6 is Jimmy Butler with the Li-Ning JB1. So Jimmy Butler, who plays for the Miami Heat, is rocking a Phoenix Suns colorway of his own signature silhouette. Yes, you heard that correctly, but look, I'm not hating on this colorway at all. I love this color scheme. The black, yellow, orange, and purple color palette is just absolutely incredible, but I find it extremely suspicious that a Miami Heat player would just flat out rock a colorway that is so clearly inspired by the Phoenix Suns City Edition uniforms. I have no idea what the story behind these are. I mean, Jimmy did rock them against the Suns, but it's not like he's rocking colorways of every team that he's facing, and I don't really understand what history he has with the Phoenix Suns and what his connection is to them, so why he decided to have a colorway inspired by them, I'm not really too sure. All I know is it's an absolutely beautiful colorway that would just look a lot better on a Suns player. I mean, really, could you imagine a Lakers player wearing a Celtics-inspired colorway? I mean, that would make more sense since the Lakers and Celtics have history, but the Suns and Heat? Why? Coming in halfway at number 5 is Kevin Durant with the Nike KD16. All right, so here's another confusing sneaker. This is a player-exclusive colorway, but not for Durant, and also not for a player. These are officially the Zach Bia PEs, and they sport an incredible chrome overlay with a white upper and midsole, which is accented with some color on the piping of the overlays. Now you're probably asking yourself, who is Zach Bia and why does he have his own player-exclusive colorway of the KD16s? And you know what? I'm asking myself that same question. Apparently, Zach Bia is a DJ, record executive / socialite, but why Nike decided to give him a PE of the KD16s is beyond me, as this is the first time I've heard of the guy, and I find it hilarious that these are being labeled with that player exclusive tag, since Zach Bia isn't a player, but rather a celebrity. It all flies over my head, but what I do know is this is an extremely clean colorway of the silhouette. So I'm happy for all parties, but be honest with me. Did you know who Zach Bia was before you saw these? Next up at number 4 is Anthony Davis with the Kobe 4 Pro Tro. The Lakers just unveiled Kobe's first statue, and to celebrate the occasion, Anthony Davis rocks a player-exclusive colorway of the best Kobe sneaker of all time. So these are essentially a more Laker take on the Gift of Mamba colorway that just recently dropped, with some added splashes of purple and gold on them, which are more than welcome additions to an already fantastic colorway, and just help to add that little bit of nostalgia on these, as it reminds me of something that Kobe would wear himself during his playing days. Personally, I think those original Gift of Mambas is one of the most incredible non-original colorways in the entire Kobe signature line. And yes, you heard me correctly earlier, the Kobe 4 is the best Kobe ever made. Next up at number 3 is Tyrese Haliburton with the Nike Zoom GT Cut 3. So Tyrese was actually one of the only guys who rocked a Valentine's Day themed colorway on Valentine's Day. And while I did want to give his pair of Kobe 8 Pro Tros the spot here, I decided to give it to his pair of GT Cut 3s. Now these have been unofficially dubbed the Reese's Pieces due to their orange, brown, and yellow color scheme, which do resemble the iconic Reese's Pieces. However, I don't see any official branding that linked the candy to this colorway. Either way, this colorway came out really clean, and the GT Cut 3 as a silhouette alone is visually appealing in my opinion. So overall, this is a complete package that's good enough to snag a top 3 spot. But the real question is it Reese's Pieces or Reese's Pieces? Coming in as our runner-up is Anthony Edwards with the Adidas AE1. I can't say this enough. I love the AE1. I think they look sick, and Adidas laces Ant up with a new colorway that's just superb. Using a monochromatic blue across the entire silhouette, this colorway is accented with some small splashes of green on the branding and laces, which break things up nicely, but also have that retro Timberwolves DNA in them, which pair exquisitely with Minnesota's retro uniforms. I'll admit, I'm a total sucker for these type of monochromatic colorways, which are broken up with subtle splashes of accenting colors. I've always been a fan of that style, especially on unique silhouettes, just like the AE1. I think we're all kind of eagerly awaiting the next release of the AE1 since the original launch colorway sold out pretty quickly. And in case you missed it, his upcoming All-Star colorway looks like a total banger as well. But I gotta admit, these new PEs might just be my favorite ones yet. Finally, at number 1 is Robin Lopez with the Nike Zoom Freak 5. I'm a little sad. Robin Lopez is a free agent right now, and that makes me sad because Robin was on an incredible run of custom colorways, but now that he's not on a team, I'm afraid that his custom sneaker work will be stopped. Well, if these are indeed the last customs that we see from Robin this season, boy did he go out with a banger. This colorway is clearly inspired by The Simpsons, and once again, Robin did all the artwork on these himself, which I'll say it once before and I'll say it again, is quite spectacular, as the artwork here is tight and precise and looks identical to The Simpsons that we see on TV. What I love most about this custom is that Robin perfectly fits his art into the shoe and his designs flow seamlessly with the silhouette. Hopefully Robin finds his way onto another roster so we can continue to see more customs from him. But like I said earlier, if these are indeed his last custom this season, and maybe even his career, I just want to give him major props, as being a player and a shoe customizer has got to be a tall task, no pun intended. So Robin, thank you for all your incredible artwork, as I officially crown you and your Zoom Freak 5s as the best sneaker worn in the NBA during week 12 of the 2023-24 season. If you guys enjoyed this week's episode of NBA Kicks, please consider leaving me a like. It would help me out a lot, and plus it would just make you a total boss. And make sure you're subscribed and locked into the channel, because All-Star Weekend is gonna be a good one. So my name's Darren. It's been great having you. Catch you guys in next week's episode. Peace.